All right, what's up, Purdue? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rapheal Davis podcast. We got another great online. One of my favorite teammates I played with, Johnny Hill, um, a Purdue great, someone that came in the program, helped change the culture, helped turn it around, helped bring it back to what it should be. Was a true point guard for Purdue. Um, Now as a assistant college coach. To Johnny, welcome to Johnny. I'm glad that you're here with us.
Appreciate it, my boy. You definitely gassed me a little bit, calling me a great. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I mean, you finished. I mean, be a starting point guard, playing the Big Ten championship in the tournament. Also, to finish in the top 10 in NCAA. I think we were top 15 to finish that year. I mean, I
Yeah,
would say you went down as one of the as a senior to do it at that type of level at Purdue. I would say you went down as one of the best of them. So no, I appreciate
no, that year was crazy, man. I don't think we dropped out of the top 25 at all.
you. Yeah, that
Like
was.
the whole year.
But yeah, Johnny, what's up with you? Congratulations on the new assistant gig. Just kind of tell us about that to start. Tell us how that came about. Tell us how you out here getting assistant jobs during COVID.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So with me, honestly, bro, I had an opportunity to get on a lot of podcasts, but with you, like I just had to say, like, you know what I'm saying, you my dog, we've been doing this for a while. You were one of the big reasons that made me one of the biggest reasons that I went to Purdue. You know what I'm saying? I came on my visit, like just the energy, how everything was. And I had visited a couple schools, you know what I'm saying? I won't give the names out there, but I visited a couple schools and I was feeling a couple schools, but when I got to Purdue, it was a different energy. And like I told you, and like I told them people, uh, what I appreciated was I was telling them like I wanted to go to the tournament, and you were just like, well, shit, like we want to go to the Final Four here. So
Right.
like that just got my energy, my you know what I mean, my competitiveness. I'm like, okay, yeah, these are the type of people that I want to be around. So I just had to put that out there. But in terms of um, this job and how it came about, man, I just gotta honestly, bro, praise God and give thanks, man, where it's due because in all honesty, I was in a position where I got let go at Grand Canyon University. And I was just kind of in limbo. You know what I'm saying? Not only do you lose the job, but you lose the job during COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? So, everyone is kind of dealing with those issues and everything. So I just picked up a job to do something in the meantime, and I was working at Amazon, and I was doing like a central flow position. So I'm basically running operations for different FCs in a fulfillment center. So I'm monitoring 4 computer monitors in front of me. Like I have no idea what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And I had been working on the job for a little over a month, and I got a call from one of my guys, and he was just like, "Hey, Idaho is gonna go down the road with you." And I was like, bro, like I really told him like, bro, I think you got the wrong number because I don't know one person in Idaho. You know, I couldn't point it out on the map. Like I was just like, okay, man, I'll let you know when they call me. So, a couple of days went past. One of the assistants reached out to me, and we had a good conversation. But you know, during my transition period, I was hearing from a number of schools, but it kept falling through because of COVID related you know issues. Um, so I was just like, man, I can't believe anything until I talked to the head coach. Well, I talked to the head coach. We had a real good conversation. And then I was just still in doubt, man. I was just like, man, well, I'll believe it when I get an offer. So, we just kind of went through the hiring process. And these guys, ended up bringing me on board. So like it was a trying time, man, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? I did not think that I was gonna get back into basketball this year for sure. I thought it was just done for me. And so I honestly wasn't even thinking about it, but I was definitely, grateful they gave me opportunity here.
Oh man, that sounds like that's an unbelievable story. I mean, the ups
Yeah.
and the downs through the adversity. What was something that kind of kept you going when you had to take that job with Amazon when you thought basketball was over? What kind of kept you having that fight?
Um, Man, honestly, just really just trying to persevere through everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's amazing what's teaching you, man. Like you get in these battles with yourself when you playing with when you're a player. whether it's you're not playing the minutes that you want, maybe you're not starting and you want to start, but you got one or two options. You know what I'm saying? You can quit, or you can kind of, keep fighting and, keep being optimistic, keep believing in yourself. And that was one of the things that, it's, and hopefully this could reach someone and, give them kind of confidence. But with me, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I lost a lot of confidence. You know what I'm saying? I lost a lot of confidence in myself because I thought that I was, good at this occupation. I thought that I could be good, but it was just, I didn't have that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So, I think just anyone, human nature, that doubt started to creep in. So with me, I was doing, a lot of praying. I was talking to my family a lot more. I was trying to connect with people a lot more that, that I had knew from my past, and just, really just trying to stay as optimistic as possible. So I think the people, my support group around me was like, man, it was pivotal. And without them, I probably wouldn't have, made it through, to be honest with
Oh, that's what's up, man. Nah, I'm glad you're in the position you in. I was definitely excited for you. I know Idaho gained a new fan in me, so I can't wait to come out there and check you out, man. I'm glad tough people make it through tough times. So I mean, I knew you would get
you.
through. So but nah, Johnny, just tell us a little bit how does coaching during COVID right now. You had your first practice today. I know you guys are probably masked
Mm-hmm.
up. You guys playing soon, or what's going on
Yeah,
there? How is it coaching now, maneuvering through COVID?
yeah. It's an interesting thing, man. It's an interesting thing. Like, I always stay connected, or try to stay connected with my guys at GCU, because to me, I'm a guy that's for the guys. You know what I'm saying? So I call them, I'll check in on them, and they had kind of told me, like, it was interesting because obviously they went through a transition, right? We were coaching them, they got a whole new coaching staff. So I just asked them, how's everything going? And the thing that they said that was like super interesting was just like, man, we haven't even seen our coach fully because he has on a mask the whole time. So to me, it was like weird. Like, I'm thinking like, man, that's so crazy to like think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, going through that. So with me, when I got here, like, I kind of realized that with the guys, like, I got my mask. I mean, we have our mask on literally the entire time we're in the building. So these guys, you go about it the best way that you can, but I think it's just gonna take a little bit of time, in adjusting, getting used to this new normal that we got going on right now. But um, it's difficult. But I think when you look at, when you change the things, you look at the things you look at change. So I think when you can just kind of put yourself and try to fix your brain to think the positive aspects and look at the positive aspects of everything, is, that's when you start to have an appreciation for it. Like, you think, man, we literally a few hours away from getting on the bus and going to play tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I'm just thankful that, all of our tests have come back negative. It's looking like we're gonna play right now. So, to me, I'm just trying to look at those positive aspects of everything,
Good.
man. But it's definitely been unique.
That's cool. That's cool. So, but the guys having this kind of 3 year eligibility, are you guys you guys going a little deeper into your bench this year? Was kind of how you guys approaching the year as a team? I know you just
Yeah,
got with the staff, but just curious about how you guys are going about it.
yeah. Well, it's everything in terms of like, next year and everything like that. All that stuff is super new to me. Like, I don't even have those answers right now. Um, just because, I literally just started. So I'm trying to adjust, you know, getting used to everything in spite of COVID, So even, when I got here, I had to quarantine, when I got here. So I couldn't even go nowhere. I had to literally stay in my room. So it's been an adjustment, man. I don't have those answers right now, but, when I figure them out, through the year, I'll definitely hit you up and let you know.
Got you. But nah, Johnny. Sometimes I mean, just normally throughout the podcast, sometimes in the middle of it, we'll take a question from Twitter. So
Yeah.
a question we got tonight was from your time in college basketball. Just talk about that transition from going from the player to now the coach. I know when we were together, we didn't necessarily always think the coaches knew what they're talking about. Now you're on the other side. So talk about that. Did the player role help you, or do you think it hinders you a little bit as a coach? Or
That's a good question, man. Honestly, I think, the player role definitely helps me because it gives me credibility with the guys, right off right off top because, you know, if they seen that you did it at a high level, and Purdue is just such a reputable, you know, school and institution, and Coach Painter is just, I mean, he a big dog in the game now. So like everyone, you know, respects him, respects Purdue and what, you know, they've done and accomplished. So that helps in that aspect. But the other aspect that kind of, you know, can hurt you a little bit is just trying to, you know, distance yourself from that player label, you know. And obviously I'm a young dude. Obviously I, you know, look different. So, you know, I look, you know, similar to them. So to me, it's just kind of separating that a little bit. And when I tell my guys, that's something that I don't run away from, you know, right? Like I tell them, like, look, I'm not trying to come in there, try to be a father figure type, none of that right now, because, you know, that's not where I'm at right now in my career. So more so than anything, I want to be, you know, kind of a mentor, big brother type, you know, to you. So, you know, we gonna have fun, we gonna joke and everything like that. But at the foundation of everything is respect. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect what I'm doing. You know, you got to respect that. You know, I'm gonna do my job to the fullest. I'm gonna coach you as hard as I can because I'm trying to get something out of you. So if you can respect that, you know, then I can respect you all day. But once those lines, you know, kind of start to blur a little bit, you know, I got to kind of let them know, you know, what it is. So I think it definitely helps. It can hurt in ways if you allow it to, but you know, I think that player role definitely helps. And I mean, it just helps you kind of relate to guys even more too, you know, knowing that you've been through it with what they're going through. So
Right. And Johnny, just want one more question just about surrounding coaching. Is there a coach that you try to model your coaching style after? Is it someone that even motivates you to go the coaching route, or coach you had that inspired you to take this position, the stance, to have the fight
yeah.
to take a job you didn't want, just to fight to get back into coaching? Is something you
Hey
saw
Ray,
when you were
you
young?
you you good at this, bro. You good. You good at this podcast thing, my boy. Keep going. Uh, no, but honestly, it's a real good question. So with me, it's a crazy thing too, like because a lot of people, I love the game. I mean, you've been around, you saw how I was in practice. Like every day, I was joyous to go to practice. You know what I'm saying? I love basketball. I love the game. And so when I stopped playing and wanted to get into coaching, my family almost felt kind of like I mean, I wouldn't say disappointed, you know, because they going, you know, whatever I want to do, they gonna support and everything. But it was kind of like, man, you got this far, you gonna stop? You know, it was kind of like shocking to them that I wanted to get into coaching. But to be honest with you, man, I never. It was so many influences that I had to get into coaching, and that kind of inspired me. When I started to get recruited, it was a coach that came to my school, and I forget his name. He was from Toledo. He was the very first coach that kind of um, you know, started noticing me and looking at me. When he came into school, came into my high school, Glenbard East, and I was just like, damn, like I just remember thinking, and I was young, like, damn, he got a cool job. Like he get the, you know what I'm saying? He get to go to schools and pick guys out that he liked. Like that's dope to me. Like it was just a cool job. And then from there, you know, I continued to get recruited. And then Illinois State came. And this my boy, I gotta shout my boy out. Coach P, man, Coach Parham. Like I ain't gonna he one of the most swaggiest coaches probably in college basketball, just with everything, with his demeanor. He's from Chicago, you know what I'm saying? So he's from the low end, so already got that connection. Like, so it was just it was so much like his presence, like everything. I was just like, damn, like this. I like what he doing. You know what I'm saying? And I like the relationship that he have with guys. Like I still talk to Pete to this day, and I hit him when I got this job, and I told him like, hey, bro, you one of the guys that influenced me to get into this business. So like I appreciate you. And then like, you know, Coach Townsend, he was at NIU. He offered me those two guys offered me my first college scholarship. And you know, I say those two guys because they was at the same game. And you know, it was Illinois State and it was NIU. And so they both offered me, and like from there I just always kind of, you know, talk to them. I mean, bro, literally like to this day still I still talk to those dudes. So it was always cool. And then I pick things from people, like with Painter. I mean, you know this about Paint because you've been knowing Paint for years. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 plus years probably, like it's crazy. But Paint to me when I got to Purdue, he was so unique in a way. And I always tell like and there's absolutely no disrespect. I hope, no one take this as disrespect, but Paint to me was more, it felt more like an assistant, because literally everyone went to Paint with everything. I mean, if you had problems with your girlfriend, you go tell Paint. It was like an interesting dynamic to me that I hadn't been around in college at all. So Paint, he checked that, that just being able to relate to guys and talk to guys and down to earth. He checked all those boxes, man. To me, it was just like, damn, I can't believe that this dude can juggle so many things. You know what I'm saying? And still have a tight relationship with his players to the point where they come into him literally with everything.
Right. And now
So,
I don't think it's
that was kind of my
at all, because I get exactly what you're saying. Because when I found
yeah.
out my daughter turns 7 next week. When I found out her
Okay.
mother was pregnant, I went to Paint. So yes,
Right.
I mean, Paint's one of those guys where he makes basketball, he makes being on his team bigger than just being a basketball player. So when you outside
Man.
those lines, yeah, he's your coach, but you can go to him like he's your uncle, because he
Yeah. And
makes
that's
that
the
bigger than
thing.
life.
Is
Yeah, and I think that's especially with the kids. I mean, now see so many kids coming into Purdue, not leaving Indiana. I mean, kids are starting to notice that. I mean,
yep.
he's played at the high level. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Paint played with the #1 draft pick. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So no,
Yeah.
I get what you were saying there. But Johnny, definitely want to. Now I just want to talk a little bit about you, man. I just wanted the fans. I know Purdue fans only had 1 year with you, so they didn't
Yeah.
get to know you like we did in the locker room, like I did when you were sleeping on my couch. So
Right.
Johnny, just where you from? Who is Johnny Hill? Where you from? Kind of your background.
Johnny Hill, who am I? Okay, so I gotta tell y'all this I'm giving you all kind of, you feel me, all kind of new stuff that I ain't never told nobody, or ain't been out there, you know what I'm saying? So this is exclusive right here. Where your bomb at? You gotta drop a bomb, flex, where the bomb at? Nah, nah, honestly though, so I claim Chicago. I was actually born though in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I think I was there maybe for like 2 or 3 months, and then we went back to Chicago. I grew up there. Um, I was there until about third grade. Chicago. I mean, like everyone knows, Chicago was really bad. My oldest brother was in high school, and he was kind of getting, influenced to go the gang route and all that. He went to Providence St. Mel. Um, and so my mom ended up, so he wouldn't get in no trouble. She ended up moving him to Texas. And so he stayed in Texas. And so shortly after that, we moved down to Texas. Me and the rest of my siblings moved down to Texas. So we lived there for 5 years. It was amazing. Loved Texas, connected with a lot of people, had a lot of friends. And honestly, bro, I wasn't even playing basketball. I didn't start playing basketball um, pretty much until I left Texas. So my fourth grade year, I'm playing, and I played football. And there, you know me. I mean, you know how much shit I can talk. You know what I'm saying? And just imagine Lil Johnny. Just imagine Lil Johnny. It was crazy. So I I was talking it, couldn't always back it up. In football, I was solid because my team was really good. We always went to like, it was like, Pee Wee. So we always went to like the Turkey Bowl. So like my team was like one of the best teams, in the state. So I was always talking garbage and I could back it up. But on a basketball court is a different thing. So I tried to talk garbage to one of my homeboys. He was older than me. He was in high school. And so, I mean, Lil Johnny, you know what I'm saying? Just Lil Johnny. He ended up making me cry, and he said, "Bro, you never gonna be good at basketball, so you might as well stop playing. Like, stick to football." You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things. You know how you know how it is when you get punked. You feel this guy. You get punked. You know what I'm saying? You just crying. So that's really what made me, start to play basketball. I was just like, I'm gonna prove this dude wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be better than he is. So that's kind of what got me going to play basketball. Then we moved back to Chicago, stayed there for a couple months, and then we moved out to the suburbs, Glendale Heights, and that's when I started, playing basketball even more and more and more. Then I got to Glenbard East, my high school, um, and hoop, man, ended up getting a scholarship.
What's up, man? That's
So.
what's up, man. Tell us about that process. So I know Johnny, you was able to, Be lucky enough to play for a couple of different college coaches, be able to learn a
Hmm.
few different programs. It may help you now being able to learn so
Yeah,
many different systems. I mean,
yeah,
speaks to your ability as a point guard. Kind of
yeah.
when you look at your career, you look at where all the places you played all over the country. What's the toughest arena you played in?
Mm. To be honest with you, bro, no lie, probably one of the toughest arenas that I played in was GCU.
Mm,
Like and I played in the Big Ten. Obviously, it's some tough arenas there. Like Maryland was hard to play in.
heard that now.
Um, it was some hard places, but man, GCU, it was just electric. You know what I'm saying? Like you got all these students just screaming. And our coach had told us before the game, Coach Cross told us before the game, like, hey, they have a, NBA All-Star as a coach. This guy was really good, Dan Marley. And I didn't really know too much about Coach Marley at that time. Like I had heard his name, but I didn't know too much about him. So I'm just like, okay. And he was just like, this place gonna be packed out. It's gonna be, and I was just like, all right, man, dude, just trying to scare us. That's what I thought. Like he's just trying to scare us and get us ready because I hadn't heard of Grand Canyon. And so when we got on the court, bro, the floor was shaking
Yeah,
before
yeah.
tip off.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, this place crazy.
Yeah, when I came out there, it's crazy. That's your I didn't know you played there before you actually coached there.
Yeah,
So when I came out
yeah.
there and was able to check you out coaching, I was shocked at the arena. It was unbelievable experience. I see one actually one of the players from Fort Wayne, James Blackman Jr., his little brother, his
Yeah.
youngest brother, Jalen Blackman, just committed to Grand Canyon.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Saw that.
I see why. I could definitely see
Saw
why.
that.
And him, just speaking a little bit about him, been watching him dribble the ball since he was probably 3 or 4 years old. He had a couple
Hmm.
injuries in high school, but that boy can score the ball. So I know those fans will
Hmm.
he'll love it. He'll be right at home. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Johnny, the best player you played against. Who was that?
Uh, Best player I played against. I mean, I got a couple. I would say one, Fred Van Fleet. So I played against Fred. I was a sophomore and he was a freshman.
Hmm.
No lie, no lie, I kid you not, bro. After the game, and I wasn't even like this. Like I wasn't really this type of player. I didn't really know all the guys that was ranked because I just kind of like just focused on our team and what we had going on. So I didn't really know nobody. But no lie, after the game, I asked our coaches like, "Yo, who is that kid?" And they was just like, they told me his name. That's Fred. I was like, "How old is he?" He's only a freshman. I was like, "Dude is a freshman." Yeah. And it wasn't like he was doing nothing extraordinary. He was just, or it was, because he was extraordinarily poised.
Yeah.
Like he didn't get rattled at like in the slightest. Like he just had like the craziest composure about him. You couldn't shake this dude. Like, so I played against him in high school, and in high school I got the best of him. Like I went, I ain't gonna lie, I went crazy on Fred in high school. But we played against him again at Wichita State, and that's you just seeing his growth. You know what I'm saying, as a player, like he always kept that poise and that composure, but it just started to grow, and his confidence started to grow. So when I seen that, he just signed that deal the other day, man, I was just like, damn, I'm happy for this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just like he says his slogan. He bet on himself. And he kept going. So, he's definitely one of the best players I played against. And then another one, bro. This though. This was Denzel Valentine. Though, like I couldn't guard dude. He was like 6'5", and when them dudes setting screens at Michigan State, what they like 250 setting the ball screen on you? Come on, bro, it's over with. So I kept getting clipped by screens, and then when you get clipped, he got you on his back, and he's 6'5". So I'm like, bro, like I can't, like y'all got to do something else, man. Ray, you got him, bro.
Yeah.
I'll guard Forbes. Ray, you got him, bro. Go ahead.
That
You
is
go ahead.
nah, man, Johnny. Nah, man. Nah, straight up, Johnny. I definitely appreciate the time, man. From the time from you to from the couch at my house in the
Sir.
summertime during Maymaster to you getting this
Mm-hmm.
Idaho gig, this assistant gig. I'm tremendously excited for your growth. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you, your family, every place you intend to go. I'm rooting for you, bro. I know a lot of Purdue fans are happy for what you were able to do for us, especially being able to come in after John Octis kind of came in and gave us that fifth year spark. I know a lot of people came to you and you had a lot of expectations on you to be that next John Octis. But you
Mm-hmm.
definitely came in. You solidified yourself as Johnny Hill. You knew you solidified yourself as someone different, and it was
Mm-hmm.
someone different that we needed that year. I know you were a big help, and necessarily don't get a lot of credit for the young guys that year, especially the Klein and the Biggie,
Yeah,
and just those
yeah,
emotional roller coasters that freshmen go through. I mean, I don't know if
yeah,
I've ever said it before, but you definitely took those freshmen. They were a little wild for me. So
yeah.
you definitely, for a lot of Purdue fans that did not know that, and even after you left Purdue, still staying in touch with those guys. I mean, it just goes to show it's the Purdue family and Purdue way. And I'm happy for you. We're happy for you, and we appreciate you joining us today.
Nah, man, I appreciate you, bro. And like, I mean, it's the same. Likewise, bro. Like seeing what you're doing, not just with the basketball aspect, that's all cool, but just what you're doing with your family. You know what I'm saying? And your daughters. I don't got kids, and I don't know what it's like, but I feel like if I had a daughter, it'll be crazy. And just seeing how you are with them, you know what I'm saying, and just your love and admiration for them, man. That's something that I look up to. So,
Appreciate it.
just keep going with your business and everything you're doing, bro, and
Yeah,
just keep being
Johnny,
a positive light, man.
let me ask you one more question before we get out of here, and I definitely appreciate that.
What's
One
up?
question because you brought up the kids, and like you said, I deal with a lot of kids, but
Yeah,
I think a lot of kids do get wrapped up in only thinking about being a player, and they don't think
yeah,
about being a coach, or they don't think about being a media guy, or being a video coordinator, or they don't think about being a physical trainer. But for
yeah.
those kids that's out there that want to play Division 1 basketball, that maybe want to go into college coaching, or just want to be a part of basketball but may not be athletic, what type of advice do you give them?
Um, with kids that want to play Division 1 basketball, I would just tell them, um, you gotta find a way to separate yourself, whatever that is. And you gotta understand that your work ethic is just a small piece of that. You can work as hard as you want to work, but at the end of the day, like, it's not nothing's guaranteed, nothing's promised. You know what I'm saying? So your sacrifices gotta be crazy. Like with me, my sacrifices, and this is just honesty, man. It's just me being real with y'all. Like I didn't drink or nothing in high school. When I was in high school, I was honestly, if I didn't play basketball, I'd probably be a lame. Like people probably classify me as a lame. But because I hooped and because I was good, nobody did. But my focus wasn't in anything socially. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I wanted to do was hoop. I would go to the gym. Literally, bro, when I first woke up, it was a gym right down the street from my house called the Hub. I would go there 7 in the morning, bro. I wouldn't leave until like 7 at night. It got to the point where my OG, my mom, she didn't even know if I was going to the gym for real. Like she thought that I was somewhere else. So she just pulled up on me one time at the gym and was just like, oh, he really is in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, G, this all I like doing. You know what I'm saying? So it was a sacrifice, for that. But it wasn't for anything that came with the game. It was just because I love playing the game. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's, now what kids got to understand is like, yeah, you look at people and like social media is a great platform. So you're able to look at people like whoever it is, LeBron James, whoever it is, you're able to see an aspect of their life and see how they living good. And you want those things, which what you don't understand and what you don't realize is that LeBron James, even though he got those things that he loved, the one thing that he loved and could do without even getting paid is just play the game. You know what I'm saying? Because he loved playing the game. So if you got aspirations to play Division 1 or play anywhere, I would just say make sure you check yourself and make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. And it's just because you love playing the game. And the chips is gonna fall where they may. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking to get into coaching, I would just say just 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 try to give back as much as you can and understand that. Because one thing that I did understand, I don't know if you was like this, Ray, but man, when I was in college, bro, I just thought it was the norm to go to school and have it be paid for. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's what everybody just offered me scholarships. So I was like, shit, well, everybody else must be getting this too. Like, you know, it was normal for me to think that, you know, I'm gonna go to school and I'm gonna get my school paid for, my education paid for. It wasn't until, you know, I finished and I got out and I'm talking to my homies and they tell me like, man, bro, I got some like $75,000 in debt. I'm like, bro, what? From what? From school. Why did you go? Is my next question. Like, bro, I wouldn't have went. Like, I'm not paying $75,000 to nobody. So, to me, once I understood that and that concept was wrapped in my head, I had a greater appreciation for those men that I listed and I told you about that gave me an opportunity to go to school for free and further my education. You know what I'm saying? So to me, and some, you know, me, like I told you my experience and I told you kind of my siblings and what they deal with someone that's come from a, you know, single family household and got so many obstacles stacked against them. Like I was just like, damn, man, these dudes is honorable, you know, for giving me an opportunity, giving me this chance. I want to be that guy that gives somebody else the chance. You feel what I'm saying? So I think if you want to get into coaching, you know, I'm not telling you to think how I think, but I think you just gotta want to give back in some way. And that's
like,
my.
No, go ahead.
What's
Go ahead.
that? No, I was just saying, you know, that's my way of, you know, giving back. You know, I just want to help, you know, people out, you know, and achieve more. So.
No, yeah, because what I hear you saying is, Johnny, you ended up becoming the man that you needed when you were younger. You ended up becoming the man that you looked up to when you were younger. So
Yeah.
you ended up becoming someone who you saw, and now you
Yeah.
may be that person who that next kid may want to be you. So I mean, that's big
Yeah.
responsibility. I mean, that's you shouldering that, you taking that on. You know what comes with it because you still talk to your mentor, so you know how big it is to have a mentor.
Yep.
So no,
Yep.
Johnny, I'm totally with you. But I will finish up with just one quick story because you said your dedication, you didn't do too much in high school, you would have been a lame. I'm about for you because I remember the time in college. I think we were out of season, and a
Yeah.
teammate and I we were having some fun, and Johnny walked all the way home. Johnny walked to the house, man. Johnny got upset with me because I told Johnny you roll with me, so you go home with me, and it was the daytime. But we may have stayed there a little bit longer. But I decided to walk all the way home. I ain't hear from Johnny for a few days. I think he was mad at me, but I had so much fun.
I walked to the crib, bro. I walked to the crib. Oh my God! Oh, bro.
Yeah, man. So
Damn, I probably was a lame then. Oh, man. Maybe I was a lame. Nah, man, but for real, man.
no, man. I
Look,
understand.
Hey, look. Since we sharing stories, then I gotta let the people know in the park. I already know you let them know because this Ray, man. So this who Ray is, but I gotta let them know, man. When we was playing against Michigan State at home, my boy Ray went for broke. Bro, what did you eat that day?
What I
What
eat?
you eat that day? Yeah, you know the game I'm talking about.
You talking about the when we beat him at the crib?
Of course, you know what I'm talking about, bro.
Buckets,
How much? How much you have? You got like 26 there. You had 30 that game, bro.
around there. You know, we had a good showing that night.
Hey, it was
Good first half.
crazy. I never seen and I always knew like Mackey is a special place. Like, I mean, you asked me the best place that I played in. I mean, I said GCU, but like Mackey Arena, bro, it's wild. And the thing with Mackey too, though, them people know basketball. So if you messing up, it's over with. It's over with. I remember we kept turning the ball over against Iowa. Remember we went up like 20 against Iowa at home.
Right.
And just turned it over like they was just like you can tell like they know basketball in Indiana, man, and they know basketball for sure at Purdue. So, man, it was them games was fun, bro. Like them games was fun. I'm happy that I was a part of that, man. I'm happy I was a part of that team, bro. Y'all was fun. Y'all was all love. And then you see everything that happened. Like PJ Grady, they ain't coaching now. Like Carson's still going. It's dope, man. Carson tried to dunk on me when he first got to Purdue, bro.
Yeah, he
How
did.
disrespectful is that? You remember that?
Senior high school
You remember that? I'm like, bro, what? With his left hand.
with his left
With
hand.
his left hand.
Carson was always
Bro,
like he was always built differently.
different. You own that right now?
On your visit
It's
on
crazy.
Saturday morning,
Oh, yo, visit, bro.
he had no
Yeah,
scholarship
it's
offers
crazy.
at that point. He was trying to get him one.
Crazy, man. It's crazy. No, but man,
Uh,
I appreciate you, bro. Keep going with what you're doing, man. Cause this cool, man, and everything you're doing with your training, bro. Like you obviously got a mind for basketball. Keep going, man.
yes,
Keep
sir,
going.
Johnny. We appreciate you anytime. We love to have you on. Maybe grab another guest, get three of us on. So we look forward to next time, Johnny. Be well.
No doubt, baby. You too.